100%. 100%. No doubt about
I feel like I'm limping away. I'm limping away. A better surfer than when I arrived, but I'm quite excited about the surfer will be in another 6 months, 12 months, because there's so much more that's in here that's going to be worked on. It's got to just take time for it all to dry. And even when I'm mind surfing now, I'm going to be mind surfing a whole lot differently than I was before, and that's half the battle.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. How could it not? Yeah, two awesome guys helping us out with technique and strength and skills, and memories that'll go for the rest of your life. It's awesome. Yeah. Frothy.
Absolutely. And I personally can see that from this trip, I will surf way better.
It will make me a more efficient, relaxed surfer, just in terms of focusing on those fundamentals. Because before I just wasn't efficient in terms of paddling, wasn't efficient in terms of reading the wave, position the body, position the head. I've got those, and it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it just comes back to trying to push out bad habits, come into those new habits, and be more disciplined about the approach. I think there's been a good peer group of surfers on this trip that's really helped people along as well. I think that's getting the right people on these trips is really important, and that's worked out well in the water. And it really, towards the end there, we really started to encourage each other and push each other along, which is great.
It's even cool that I'm frothing to head back to my own home break so that I can get back in and continue to practice what I've learned. So, yeah, lifelong awesomeness.
I was doing everything completely wrong. So you guys just got me to unlearn all of my bad habits and worked a lot smarter. I was carrying a lot of tension in my body when I was surfing, and just talking to you guys about relaxing in the water, just actually using less effort for more reward was probably the biggest thing.
Probably just making sure I'm always thinking whilst I'm out there, not overthinking, but just having a focus, remembering a couple of key points. And to me, it's always making sure you get that line sorted out on the wave. So it doesn't matter how steep the wave is, just get a line so you can see a way out. I think as long as you've got that, you've got some confidence that there shouldn't be a wave that's theoretically too big. There's always going to be days where I'm saying, I'm not going out, it's over 8 foot, there's no way. But in terms of setting your limitations, as long as you can see those lines, you should make the waves.
Definitely there was a bit of a mental thing there for me, like being over a reef, and not being 100% confident in my positioning on my board and that kind of thing. And I was able to overcome them by obviously getting out there in the water, but getting out there in the water with advice as to how to correct all those things that I've been doing incorrectly for years and years and years. So, one of them in particular was just to be looking where you're going. That was so simple but so key, a habit that I've just had for years and years and years. Looking down at my feet, chatting to my roommate about it, and just to be able to look where you're going just gave me so much more flow and allowed me to get to where I needed to get to so that I could then continue my turn on the wave, for example.
Yeah, I mean, a point you raised a couple of days ago were definitely ankle flexibility, mobility. So they kind of fed into a lot of stuff, like general stiffness in terms of the pop-up wasn't ideal. A little bit of apprehension as well, getting to the wave, and that's again related to the technique on the pop-up, ankle stiffness. Reading the wave as well, like just looking at how it kind of forms, just outside along the reef at least. They're just the main limitations. I mean, I've never had any proper coaching ever before, and I got it from you guys. It was fantastic. It was brilliant.
Similar, where I need to relax, but the actual mechanics of leaning forward, using my hips, where my hands are, holding my hands higher, and actually coming away with a video of that is gold for me.
We play sport and we do training, and we train to learn. With surfing, you pick up a board, or even golf, you pick up sticks and you play golf, but you never really invest in coaching, and the coaching is the best thing to be able to do.
how tense I was. I actually realised that I was really anxious in the water, and that's the biggest problem. Once you realise it, then you can start working on it and just breathing, relaxing. Brilliant.
Definitely, the water flow, I've sort of got it. I've got the theory now, and I'm practicing, but the water flow thing is becoming really important up the face of tapping into that energy. That's a major shift for me. I've learned how to take off better, and that overcomes a lot of anxiety when it's freaking pitching and it's big, for sure. And
I've got body aches and issues that have hindered me. I had an operation, suffered from nerve issues in my left leg. I got back in the water on a longboard. My idea this year was to get back on the shortboard, have an opportunity to travel and experience. And then this trip was all about coaching and strengthening rather than just dropping myself in the ocean and continuing with the same thing.
That using the power of the wave in particular, like on the bottom turn, lifted you to the top of the wave rather than me having to force it. So being able to just flow with the wave and allow it to pick you up to the top of the wave. And as I turned my body, which is where I looked, the board took me up there to the top of the wave. It happened the second half of the trip, so I finally got what it felt like to do that. It was great. A bit longer, but I was able to sort of feel what it was like to hit the top of the wave. And then as I moved my body, as I turned around, it gave me much more power than what I used to do, which was sit in the middle of the wave and just sort of bog along. But to get to the top, do that turn, it threw me straight back down and gave me speed to continue on the wave in an awesome way.
I think the big message across this whole trip has been about relaxing, trying to relax and don't create anxiety and tension when you just want to catch the wave. And so it's really just trying to breathe and just get some flow going so you can relax and don't think about the challenge of the wave. Think about what you need to be doing, getting your pop-up right, making sure you're in the right position. Have you got your hands up, have you got your head up, chin up, and all that sort of stuff. Think about those little things rather than being overwhelmed by this shallow reef base.
Wave. I was just turning around and paddling straight to the beach rather than reading it, moving, and then using the wave and the power of the wave, the lift. And I can feel it. I can definitely feel it. And then, the power of the ocean too, when you pointed out the bottom to the lip and how they both work differently and how you maximise that in your surfing.
I haven't quite got it down yet, but I can see that getting the rail in early, leaning forward in a sort of slight lunge position will get me in so much earlier, so I'll be able to actually surf heavier and bigger waves.
Well, the older you get, the harder it is to wake up in the morning and you feel a lot stiffer, so all the exercises that you can learn and just little things like the pressure points with ball work, I definitely take that away, especially in the morning when my hip doesn't work.
Yeah, like mine is definitely the pop-up and, just looking up, as Clayton said, having that kind of boxing stance. Just be ready for the wave, just relax as well. Like just relaxing was really good. Like today I had some good beaches and kind of just took literally 2 paddles and was up on the wave.
Yeah, I think that the warm-up is probably 10 times more efficient than what I was doing before. Like it was nailing it in a short amount of time, 10 to 12 minutes, before I was sort of stretching and doing sort of random, unorganised sort of stuff.
It's just simplified everything. It's actually really, really simple. When first you explained it and Kelly explained it on the video, it's just like lean, twist. It's just it. Before there were so many things I was thinking about I'd have to do. Go down there, then get compact there, then stretch up there, and it's actually not that at all. It's so simple when it's broken down when you're in the right power source. It's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm already back for round 2 after coming in January this year, and you sort of, you know, being a little bit older, you've got habits that you want to, that you don't even know you have. And then you start hearing that you're doing things in a way that could be done more efficiently. And, you know, you improve within a week like you would with years and years and years of not knowing how to do the right things. So, absolutely recommend it to anyone. And the fitness training that we get from Chris as well, you know, keeps these, you know, aging bodies young and ready to rock and roll in the surf. So,
yeah, look, for me, it's an opportunity to surf some of the best waves in the world. I mean, everyone in Australia sort of gets stuck in, you know, generally stuck in crowded beach break, but small crowded beach break. But here you get some good quality waves, and it's a good time just to focus on your surfing. So if you really want to lift up your surfing and have a dedication to it, this is a great opportunity to do it.
Absolutely. A lot of reasons. Obviously, the wave quality and count is important. That's probably the fundamental basis, I think, of any surf trip, which this place has got in spades, you know, and all the breaks around it. So yeah, wave quality is excellent, both for goofies and for natural footers. Yeah, and obviously, you know, the coaching we've had from you and Clayton has been unbelievable. It's been fantastic. So there you go, mate.
Put it again.
Yes, I would. That is a big thumbs up. No, I'll definitely be back.